Leo, what is going on? Welcome into the channel. So happy to have you here always. My name is Deborah, owner of Purusha Holistic Wellness, and this is another episode of Purusha Intuitive, where we're going to look at your energy via the tarot, astrology, and any channeled messages that come through. So let's get into it. We are in the midst of Virgo season. Virgo energy definitely highlights places where we need to have a little bit more balance around our health, our well-being, the way we kind of implement our daily routine, where we give our energy, and especially those things that are kind of sucking our energy dry. We have a lot of planets in retrograde right now, and Uranus goes into retrograde as well. So that's going to be all four of the outer planets plus Chiron, which is the wound healer. It helps highlight areas where those bigger lessons, bigger life lessons, spiritual truths kind of surface, and we need to really find ways to learn, to grow, to evolve through some of the difficulty. And Virgo energy really just helps us find the balance as we move through those processes, because it's not all easy. And like I said, we have a lot going on this week. We're headed into a full moon lunar eclipse in Pisces. Lots of water energy, lots of highlighting places where we might need to do some changing and adjusting, especially within self. So our ego might be taking a little bit of a hit this week. That's kind of been the trend of the readings as well. So that's why I like to start off with an energy cleansing. Just set the tone, set the vibe for the reading. Cleanse out those places we might be feeling blocked or limited. It's a really good time to set your own intention as well, Leo, especially if you've come in with something on your heart, on your mind, something you would like Spirit to deliver messages to you around. Definitely give that over. Be open to receive. It's a really great way to personalize these collective readings. I also do personal readings. I offer a variety of healing and wellness services. Readings are one of them. If you want me to look at your specific situation, how it's faring, where it's headed, or if you're interested in more of a realignment of yourself, your mind, body, soul, I do energy healing as well as Ayurvedic or holistic wellness consultations. Like I mentioned, similar to that Virgo energy, when we're investing in ourselves, our self-care, our routine, etc., that's what is building the strongest foundation for ourselves, for our lives, and specifically as it relates to like what we're trying to manifest, the goals, the desires we have for our life, and our ability to actually bring those in to find that happiness and fulfillment. I would love to help support in whatever way possible, Leo. Definitely hit me up. All the info to get into contact with me is in the description box below. All right, let's get into it. I bless you with pure love and light, pure source energy, pure loving grace. I release anything that is not for your highest and best. Ooh. Any fears, doubts, insecurities, lack of worth, lack of value, pain, anger, frustration, impatience, overwhelm. Cleanse it and release it from our being so that we may see and understand the messages clearly and help to make me a clear and open channel for the collective. Thank you, Father God, Spirit guides, guardian angels, Mama Love, and love. Amen. All right, Leo. So I'm hearing you're kind of at a standstill this week. I was seeing you with like options in front of you, you know? It's not like you're provoked to move in one way or the other, or that's how I'm seeing your energy to start off the week. You just know that something, it's either like not moving in the direction that you need it to, or something feels like kind of messy. Like it's almost like you know you need to take a minute, take a beat before you make any decisions moving forward, because it could either get messier and less fun, or there can really be a way to overcome some of this duality. Maybe an approach or something you kind of had fixated on in your mind is looking a little bit different, and it's requiring some shifting, some adjusting. That's definitely highlighted in a lot of what I was talking about in the very beginning. We have been receiving these messages of forgiveness. We got this the other day too in the collective reading. where some of these karmic cycles are really working themselves out, right? Like things that we're kind of either wrapping up, or the deeper lessons. Like I said, we have those 4 planets in retrograde. So it is really highlighting a deeper level of refinement that we need to do within ourselves. And that is manifesting in real time via some of these situations that, again, are messy. And here's the thing, we have a choice. We can make it messier or not. And I feel like that's where you're at. There might be a desire or a tendency to approach things in a certain way, and it's not working anymore. And that's kind of where that messiness is getting into play. I feel like it's holding you back. It's limiting you. It's keeping you in that confine of loss, of grief, of sadness. And it's time to move out of that. That is the guidance this week. That is the overarching energy. It's hard because there might be this element where you haven't forgiven yourself, you haven't forgiven someone or a situation or how things played out. Again, keeping you a little bit stuck in the loss in the past. But the past is moving forward. Things are progressing. Change is happening. Something's looking a little bit different than what it did once upon a time. And so therefore your approach needs to change, right? 10 of Wands, Judgment, and the Strength card. So something could be coming out because of stress, because of burden. I'm not sure that that's necessarily coming from you. I feel like this is something that you're watching unfold, that you're watching, again, a situation look a little bit different. It actually looks like it's a little happier and it's less stressful, and maybe not what you thought it was once upon a time. So let's look at this a little bit more. You're still feeling this level of resistance though, 9 of Wands energy. And it's actually, and that's the hard part, because I feel like, especially if you are dealing with karmic energies that are having a hard time forgiving or letting go of the past, it makes sense why you would still be caught in it, Leo, because someone is still very much on the defensive. And so as a result, you're in this 5 of Cups energy where it's like, all you can think or feel is how disappointed, like it's this shoulda, woulda, coulda. And I feel like in the way that you're trying to change the past when the past just can't be changed. It's better to have a level of acceptance, of awareness, maybe even making some promises and choices to do things a little bit differently to get the change that you want to see, because otherwise it's not happening in the way that you want it to, unfortunately. And that's where the disconnect is coming into play, because you keep shooting in the dark, right? Expecting to hit the bullseye, the target, whatever this may be. And whoever you're dealing with doesn't really want you to, you know? I don't know. They're just like not interested. There's that 10 of Wands. It's someone who has their own stuff going on and is also not seeing things clearly as a result of it. And you've made some choices, or you are in the process of making choices. I feel like you keep trying to say like, hey, there is, like, you keep trying to find options and solutions, and unfortunately they're just not. I don't even feel like this person's situation that you're dealing with is very aware of their actions or behavior. It's definitely, I'm seeing this mirroring energy, like, because they're a little bit, their pride, their ego is hurt. It's putting them in this place to act immaturely in a lot of different areas that, like, they probably could be a little bit more balanced. But it's like, it feels like that infinity loop. It's a cycle that happens between you two over and over and over again. And I feel like that's why this is part of the reason why it's been difficult to do things differently. But because one way, one path, whether it's the fork in the road or however you want to see it, because it keeps hitting these obstacles, you have no other choice but to move in a different direction. And it looks like that's when they're starting to backtrack a little bit. Let's see what this pain is about. Someone might be sick. Someone might have some physical issues. It could be mental, emotional, but something like it's some type of disease, disconnect, dis-ease within their body, their mind, their soul. It does look like it's a legitimate excuse to some capacity, because it looks like they are backtracking a little bit, like they want to explain or justify something, even though it's really hard for them. They are seeing, whether it's like they're physically seeing this or they're feeling it energetically, that you are pulling away. It kind of whips them into shape a little bit more. I don't know though. Let's see. Let me clarify. Is this good for Leo? It like wakes them up. It wakes them up to try to like be on their best behavior. But so much is whether or not they're going to continue like contributing to whatever this toxicity is, because it might be a pattern with them. Like when they're not feeling it, or when they're right. Like, I mean, this is just someone reacting out of their pain. They're feeling left out. They're feeling rejected. They're feeling hurt. And so they end up doing really stupid things. And they don't really want to do that. I feel like that's part of whatever this mess is. Like, it's gotten way messier than what it even needs to be. But they don't know how to control themselves enough at this point. And you taking that different approach, you surrendering to the fact that the way you've been trying to do it isn't working, it actually is helping push this energy forward, finding a little bit of evolution and growth. And that feels long weighted. It feels like this has been a little bit stagnant for a while. I'm going on an adventure. So just, you know, look at it like an adventure. Yes, a lot of times we want things to work out in a certain way, but when they don't, and this is just, I feel like I'm saying this over and over and over again across all the videos, all the readings, because it's so much of what we're going through in the astrology. Recognizing that like passion is ignited when I create experiences that excite me. So if we keep coming into those proverbial roadblocks, you know, we got to find our passion, our excitement elsewhere. And I'm not saying it in the way to like leave people high and dry. This is about where or when someone needs to like figure their own shit out, and like you need to keep moving along. And that's what it looks like you do. And it looks like as soon as you do, they're like, oh shit, like maybe I need to connect with Leo, or maybe I should explain myself, or maybe this, that, and the other. I am never stuck. I know that nothing bad lasts forever, even when my emotions tell me otherwise. Part of that unstucking yourself right now, I know that's not a word, is that value of, you know, just disconnecting from the belief that it's going to be this way for forever. Oftentimes when we stay stuck in that limitation, in that loss, in that belief that it's never going to get better, it takes a long effing time to get better, right? Life already moves so slow in regards to just like how things evolve and move forward. Why make it worse on yourself? You know, and that kind of goes back to the continual hitting your head against the brick wall, keep trying, and nothing's coming of it, right? I am celebrating me. Celebrate you this week, Leo, how fabulous you are. The fact that you're actually willing to give someone something, options or opportunities, or, you know, even if they're not listening, like that's good on you. Like that's good for you for rising above the BS and not playing into the pettiness that unfortunately this person's situation is falling prey to. I know that it is important to celebrate each win, no matter how big or small, 100%. So even if it does feel small, even if you do feel like you're at a standstill, even if you have no idea what to do next, honestly, that's kind of a blessing, because that is your point of being able to surrender, to release, to let go, to kind of shift your own energy out of something that feels at an impasse right now. And it's allowing you to really just kind of find some new solutions, new decisions, or making new choices that are looking good, that are looking more positive and progressive than what you're currently dealing with. So I hope this helps. Thank you so much for your time, energy, always. I hope you enjoyed the reading and found messages that resonated for you here. Definitely drop comments below if you did. I love to hear, or just say, hey, share in a little love, little TLC. I so appreciate all the love, all the support to the channel. No, it blesses my heart, and I'm sending love and blessings back to you.